Hey, good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just gonna start focusing on more on YouTube. So, in today's little video, I want to talk to you about why you should use YouTube. Why should you be using basically Google Ads? Because basically, quick synopsis. I used to be an agent in the UK, and now we provide Google Ads services and YouTube advertising services to estate agents who need more valuations and more conversations with people that are looking to move, people that are looking to invest, people that are looking to, basically make a difference. So I want to quickly sort of share with you a little bit of an overview of what Google Ads is and really the benefit of it and why you should be using it really, as well as others. So obviously I've named this title "Why Google versus Others," but you should be doing everything. But obviously, if you've got a small budget, Google enables you to basically get in front of somebody when they're actually looking. So right at the top of the search when someone's actually looking, and then also follow them around the Google Display Network. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of a PowerPoint presentation, but I want to preface this because obviously this is a common conversation that I have pretty much 3 or 4 times a day. So hence the reason why I'm doing a video today. So if you've got questions about Google Ads for your agency and what you should be looking at, well, I'm going to quickly share with you why, and then I'm going to show you how, basically. So let's, so first of all, I want to show you some stats around Google. Well, why should you look at it? Well, basically what you're looking at here is the Google Keyword Planner. So this is like the research tool within Google, basically on my left. And what you're seeing there is basically you've got the thing that's closest to me is the keywords. So then the first part of it is the keywords. Then you've got the average monthly searches. And then you've got the 3-month change. And you've got the year-to-year basic search volume increase or decrease. As you'll see, there's a bit of a mix there. A lot of them, I mean, I've only cherry-picked 1, 2, 3, 4 keywords that are most commonly going after. But what you're seeing here is that most of them are up like 22%, 83%, 50%. So it's where people go. And even though people recognize it and that's where obviously people start the journey, obviously since lockdown, you'll see that some of these stats are up and down. So obviously these numbers here are aggregated over a 12-month period. But as you'll see at the start of the year where everyone sort of peaks up, you'll see that they're mainly January figures. So here, for instance, you'll see that's January. So if I just zoom out of there a little bit. So you'll see that January pick up here. So the little dip, you'll see all of them dipping. That's around about November, December time. And then it picks up in January. Yeah, look, December, 6,000 searches a month for that online house valuation. It picked up, but it's dipped again down to 40. So it's still 14,000. It did go up, sorry, it was up to 14,000, almost 15,000, 14,800. And it's dipped now to 12,1. But it's still good. And it's still, that's individual searches that are happening every day. These are monthly figures. The term estate agent near me, that was really good last year. It's obviously taking a bit of a dive now, and probably hasn't really picked up to where it was back in the heyday of March 2021, when I think a lot of us were still in lockdown. But so hopefully these give you some food for thought. Basically, there's 49,000 searches for the term estate agent near me. If we're looking for house sellers, i.e. people that want a valuation, then there's 9,900 searches a month for every month for the term online house valuation. And then you got Value My Home, 27,100 searches. That's up 83%. 22% up 22% for house valuation online or online house valuation. And then more importantly, like, what is my house worth? 6,600 searches a month. But look at this. Look, I mean, January 2022, 9,900 from an average of around about 8,000 last year. So it picked up. Obviously it's picked up since it's dropped down again. It'll probably settle around about the 8,000 searches. This is a countrywide stat, so it's not any particular area of the UK. And obviously, if we've got any Americans or Australians or any other countries, then just drop a comment in, and I'll do the same report for you guys. Really, so that hopefully that shows you that people still use Google, and obviously it's the search engine of choice. It's $150 billion a year business versus, well, I know Facebook and social media is somewhat off that, but it's still the beast. It's where people go. And what I'll also show you is the type of ads that we're running. So, like, basically, we want to show what is my, like, for instance, what, like, literally when someone goes, when they've had the conversation around the house, we want to appear when someone actually Googles how much is my house worth or what is my house worth. And then we want to show them an ad that calls out to those particular people. And then we want to show them a landing page that meets that criteria, but also then helps them convert, i.e. fills in a name and email address or phones you, which is the most important part. So, and then we're going to be talking about YouTube advertising. So, like sell my house I'll put in the UK because otherwise we're going to get a lot of Americans and Australians, and obviously it's an international business. So what we're talking about here is videos that educate the home seller about why they should use you. Now, this is the great tool, boys and girls. It's about pre-selling. This enables you to basically, when you go knocking the door, you're almost a mini celebrity. Now, these are free to do. You can set your own channel up, like Move IQ here. I'm going to click on one of these videos and I'm going to hope and pray that the video ad comes up. So if it does, great. If it doesn't, then we'll have to suffer not having a video ad. But basically, we want to do video ads like this because these are very, very short and sweet, but you can get in front of people. The beauty of this type of advertising is that you can get in front of people that have just been on Google, because Google and YouTube are owned by each other. So, well, Google own YouTube. It's the second biggest search engine on the planet. People go here, unlike social media, they're scrolling at 400 miles an hour on their phone. They're just browsing, looking for content about their friends and stalking children and family members and that sort of stuff. Now, don't need to admit anything here. We know what you're doing. So, YouTube is more of what they call a learner's mindset. People are here to research, and it still blows me that this video here has had 11,000 views in 12 months. This one's had 4,000 views. This one's had 5,000 views. These are all like good, solid, like 8 or 9 minute videos. Like this one's 8. This is 10. The average view time on YouTube is about 10 minutes across the board. And people go here to research. I'm going to check on this. I'm going to click on this video. Then we're going to crack on with a bit of a PowerPoint.
I went from struggling to find new clients to scaling a 7-figure coaching business in 12 months and scaling that to an 8-figure business.
So this is a coach. This is John Pempathy. So he's in the coaching world, similar to ourselves, but obviously he's not niched. We're niched into a stage, you see. But the great thing about this YouTube ad, he's remarketing to me. So I've been on his website recently, or possibly consumed some of his other video content, and I've consumed the content. So he's remarketing to me now to drive me into an online class. And the beauty of this is that when I press skip now, John doesn't pay for it. John only pays if I watch past 30 seconds, which is about here, give or take, or I click on this link here, then I go through to his website. So this is where we've got to call people out, like, literally call out your ideal customer, who you're looking for, call them out, because you can't skip for the first 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, they can skip. This is where we try and push people away that we aren't interested in. So I'm going to skip now, and then.
Hi, I'm Phil Spencer, and welcome to the Move IQ podcast, Home Selling.
So you get the gist. That's a normal video now. But what we do is we run estate agency videos in front of people when they're actually, basically getting you in front of somebody who is thinking about selling wherever you are across the world, basically. So let me just show you this PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to stop the share now, and then I'm going to basically, if you've got any questions at all, obviously on replay, or if you're coming in live, just drop in live. Give me ask any questions that you've got. No question is silly, because like you all have the same questions over and over again. We all have the same questions, mainly, So don't be shy. But let me share with you a little bit of a PowerPoint about I think I've already shown you the power of Google. I mean, the fact that this gets you in front of people when they're looking at buying and selling houses, you can't get more powerful than that, can you? So let me go into laugh at my own jokes. Oh no, sad. let's have a look. So hopefully you guys and girls can see this PowerPoint presentation here now. So hopefully it'll work because I am using it with Google. So you can, unlike social media now where you've got housing ability where you can't target people less than 15 kilometers, within Google and YouTube, you can target down to the mile or a particular postcode. So no more getting leads from thousands of miles away or hundreds of miles away or out of your area, especially if you're a franchise and you've got like competing areas where you're butting heads with the person, might be your best friend, but when it comes over a house sale, then you want your board out there, don't you? So it gives you the ability to basically really focus on the areas where you can basically target. Now, you're reaching people in their moment of search. So you're basically getting in front of somebody when they're actually actively looking. So it's very, very powerful now. So let me just get back to where I was. So what we're looking to do is you can reach people who are actively using Google. And I've already shown you some of the initial stats that basically validates whether you should do it or not. Because if you don't think it's worth it, then I can't help you. But if you feel that there is a need and you need to get in front of more house sellers and landlords and be here in the moment of search. Now, like as I repeat myself every day, and you will repeat yourself as well, the great thing about these ads is that no one pays for them. Okay, you only pay when someone actually clicks on your ad. So this is where you've got to push away the people that you don't want, but attract the people that you do want. And now that's a skill. That's a copywriting skill that we've developed and honed, and we've got it formulated now. So it's pretty much there. You only pay when someone actually clicks on your ad. So you're not paying for the impression. Now, this is our sort of basic funnel. So a funnel is basically steps that people have to go through to, become an inquiry. It helps you systemize your business. So whether we're using YouTube or whether we're using Google display and search, we're driving people to a website. And as soon as they land on that website, we've got cookies on our website that basically go, right, there's a pixel on your browser now. Now, it's all GDPR compliance and everything else. It's all legit. Obviously, iOS 14 has had a little effect in terms of attribution and tracking with Google, because obviously Google is a search engine. Unlike social media, it's pretty much decimated their tracking, but it has had a little effect, but not as big effect on the search engines. What happens here is your website has to basically fix a problem. If it talks about you, it's not fixing a problem. It's got to be about the consumer. So anyway, I won't talk to you about websites now because that's what we're here for. So basically, as soon as someone enters that information into your website, they come into your CRM, whether that's Alto or Vibra or Desres or Repeat and that sort of thing. Then you can follow them up. That's a lead. Okay, those who don't fill the lead format or contact you, they then go to the remarketing stage. Now, remarketing again. Don't think many people need the explanation of remarketing now. You're hopefully pretty switched up now because obviously everyone's doing remarketing. Everyone's seen the same things over and over again. But remarketing for the uninitiated of you is someone visits your website. They then what they call technically bounce, or the dog starts barking and the kid needs feeding and everything, the life gets in the way. They exit your website. The next thing that happens is because you've already got a pixel on that website or on their browser, technical term, browser, it's what you use to access the internet, unless you use an app. But then they start seeing your ads, okay? And those are really, really powerful for brand awareness. Don't forget as well, I mean, I'm more than aware that we're not like selling coasters or tables or cups or anything. We're selling, some of the biggest liabilities that people have ever had, their home. Obviously, we also understand that the great thing about YouTube and Google is that obviously because, a state agency is a contact sport, you need to stay in front of people as long as you possibly can. Now, social media can remarket to people up to 180 days from the visit. We can remarket in Google and YouTube up to 540 days. Now, there is a caveat to it. You do need bigger audiences in YouTube and Google versus social media. So again, you need to do both of these if you can do both and put a bit of budget on Facebook remarketing, similar to what we do, because it's a little bit more easier versus you've got to wait a little bit longer depending on the traffic volume and all that sort of stuff. So there's lots of, to be confirmed on that. But essentially, when you've got an audience, you can remarket to someone over a year, basically, which is usually enough to sort of remind people to keep coming back. YouTube advertising, I've already described what it is, but the targeting within it is amazing. You can basically go to Google, because the way you run YouTube ads is through Google, like you would do for Instagram and, through social media, through Google, through Facebook. But in YouTube, you run the ads through Google, and you basically go, Google, only show my YouTube ads to people who have, one, shown an interest in or have recently been looking at house valuations. It's really, really powerful. Now, like I've already mentioned, if someone presses skip, you don't pay for it. Subject to them not watching past 29 seconds or clicking the link that you can basically offer the consumer to take advantage of your offer. So we have a bit of a money dance when people hit that pay, when they hit this button, because obviously they aren't quite ready yet. So they've saved us a couple of quid or a couple of pence. It doesn't matter. The fact is, we've got our brand in the eye of the consumer. So at least they've got a brand impression for whatever that's worth. Down the line, they come and see us, start seeing us more and more. So this is our process that we take people through. So it's our 1, 2, 3, 4 steps that we take agencies through, and it's basically a proven methodology from what we call cold to sold. So yeah, if you would like to have a chat with us, then we've got a bit of availability to answer any questions that you've got. So that's the end of the presentation, really. That's essentially what you can do and the benefits of Google for your estate agency or real estate agent. So thanks for watching. Drop in any questions you've got into the box there. My website, or the website for the company, is basically growmyestateagency.co.uk. So all the W's and all the HTTPS's and that sort of thing. And drop a comment in below, and I'd look forward to helping you be a better marketer, basically, for your estate agency. So that is it. So as I say, if you guys and girls have got any questions, just drop a comment in below. And but if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Click the notification bell. I'm not going to have any flashing graphics or anything like that because, I ain't going to do that. But yeah, subscribe, hit the bell notification. So every time I come live on this channel, obviously we'll get a bit of a community going here as well. So but ask any questions that you got. Like I say, there's no silly question. We're all on a learning path and, helping each other on their journeys. So look forward to helping you soon. Take care. All the best.